family. They try to stop me, family. You know what I mean? But that's all right. We gonna work with them. We gonna work with them.
Giving praise to Allah. Giving honor to his prophet.
They try to get me.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Giving honor to the forerunner of the prophet. It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Islam, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, Islam, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Islam, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors. Y'all made me do it, ain't wanna do it. Try to work with y'all when I was going through it. I said hit the streets, you wanna hit the streets, you wanna stay in the temple. Same speech, same talk, same bar, no bite. Well, alright, I'm to heart, baby, and I'ma handle that. My pocket spoke to me, said handle that. And now I'm front and center, front line. Look at y'all, wanting mine, but it ain't mine, it's God plan, a law plan. Oh man, 2016, all you gonna see is Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Old Moors, step aside, third and fourth, come on, let's ride. Hey! It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Oh yeah, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors. Hey, it's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Oh yeah, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors. We were visited by a prophet of God. And you mean to tell me we can't go hard? I'm a more of old. The one that rode the elephants over the Alps in the cold. Even went to Spain. We arranged the terrain. Even tried to civilize Cain. Now cipher. 2016, I'ma show you what this means. My tassel roll 360. Do you really think you can tell me what to do and say? Do you know I look up the form and bay? I roll with the prophet, I'm a prophet more. Follow the prophets, I'm a prophet more. Stop it more. I'm holding the world and maybe drop it more. Now drop it more. It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Oh yeah, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors. Yeah. It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Oh yeah, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors. Between you and I am the wisest. You never measure up with your household divided. How you gonna teach anybody but you when the people that love you, they don't believe you? Probably think you got jail religion. Need to wash off that stench of prison. Speaking of prison, that's all y'all are trying. Talking about the children and y'all act that. Don't scrap that. I ain't even tripping. I show you what happened when the law gives you vision. No government grants and no food stamps. Know how to build a temple from watching the ants. From watching my prophet and listening to a law. I will be a hell if I listen to y'all. Listen to y'all. Talking all Moors. Walking around broke with nothing to show for it. Oh! It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors. Oh
Islam,
yeah,
Islam.
it's a new day for the Moors. Hey, it's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors. Oh
Islam,
yeah,
Islam.
it's a new day for the Moors. Stop screaming, bragging about our greatness. 34th generation see through the fakeness. They don't really care about the bill of Granada. Their primary focus is Gucci, Prada. Who you uplifting? Nothing, nada. Who you uplifting? Nothing, nada, nothing, nada, nothing, nothing, nada. Can't relate because your mind stays caught up in the past. If you flex, I will blast on you and your staff. My young boys tell me they becoming more trend, but before they learn to love, this is nothing for the sin. So watch your slander. They got the hammer, kinda like Peter, protecting Jesus. I'm a truly apostle, don't get hostile, cause ain't no telling what I do for the gospel. Oh! It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Oh yeah, Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah. It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey Moors, hey Moors.
It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah.
Islam.
It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah. Time for the Moors to stand up.
Stand up.
We've been in the background too long.
Get on your square, Moor.
It's a new day for the Moors today. To Harker Bay.
Islam.
Get at me.
Islam, Islam, Islam. So we back, family. Not sure what happened, but if you were watching, you know that we were about. If you was watching, you already know that we were about to go in on the Masons obtaining the rights of our Moorish regalia. And so we are going to pick up where we left off at. They ain't gonna stop this. We're gonna pick up where we left off at. Whether they like it or not, they're gonna get this work. They're gonna get this work. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely gonna get this work. So just bear with me. If those coming in, they can catch up later. You know, but because this is gonna be on live. But anyway, family, I'm not sure what just happened. Uh, and I didn't even realize it until my sister, my sister Grand, she called me and said he didn't say nothing. I just seen him call, and I said, "Oh, something must have went wrong." I was steady talking. I don't even know. I don't even know where it dropped off at. But what I will do is I'm going to start where I think we were at. And so where we were at is we was talking about what's up, Pringle L? Where we were at, we was talking about how the Masonic distributor, George Lauder, has the rights for Moorish American regalia and all the Moorish products. And as it relates to some of the most sacred products are being sold under George Lauderer. Now, I don't care what nobody say. I don't mind if there's a distributor. I don't mind if there's a distributor that is in. If there's a distributor that is in. I got stuff going on upstairs. Just blew my mind. This is a distributor that is in a company or a partnership with. Can you say something, please? Islam. But can you have in partnership with something? One moment. 1 second. So like I don't have no problem with if you have a distributor that's in partnership with you or your organization or what you're doing. But some things should be kept sacred. Some things should always be kept sacred. And one of the things that I know that should be kept sacred is what I'm going to share in a minute is, let me get it up again. So we know that George Lauderer, whoever he is one who specializes in Masonic regalia and products thereof, aprons, etc., etc. And again, I don't have a problem with Masons. I am pro Moors, pro Moorish American. That's it. That's all. So you can call me what you want. I don't mind, but I have no problem with Masons. I'm just pro Moorish American, pro Drew Ali, pro Moorish Science Temple of America. That is first and foremost in my everything. So I'm not mad if you get mad. You're going to be all right. Get over it. But anyway, Lauderer is a distributor of Masonic regalia. So there's no problem teaming up with people. But one of the problems is that when you allow, if the Prophet Noble Ali say, we are returning the church and Europeans, we are returning Christianity and the church back to Europeans because it was created for their forefathers, for their salvation. How do we then in turn over some of our sacred regalia to Europeans? So what you're looking at here is a ADAP badge, a sash, and these two things. The ADAP badge is very sacred, ceremoniously, if I said it right. You know what I mean? This badge is an ADAP badge. I mean, that's what it is. It's an ADAP badge. So it's of great importance for the Moorish American and of sacredness per se. I mean, we don't want to get too spooked out. Let's don't get too spooked out. That's what we're not going to do. And so the question becomes, who turned over the rights of this sacred regalia? Why do they have the rights to the sacred regalia? I think that deserves an answer. I really believe that that deserves an answer. But now, not only that, when you look at, again, let me go at it one more time. Also, when you, hold up. There we go. Also, when you look at the sashes, if you look closely, I'm going to try to bring them up closely for you. We are charged to go to a European for our sacred regalia. As you can see in this regalia, it says, Adapt of Moorish American. This is something supposed to be sacred. But guess what? They are sitting in the store called Lauders. And if you don't find that to be a problem, then it's you slipping, not me. It's you slipping. Because I think that's a problem. That after all of these years, we have not been able to put our coins together to manufacture our sacred regalia? And we calling people leaders? I'm going to say it again. And I don't mean to offend nobody, but if you're offended, then hey, it is what it is. After all of these years of people in leadership position, we have not been able to harness the ability of the membership, wherever you may be, I don't know where you're at, to manufacture our own sacred religious regalia. What has happened is we are in the buddy club. We like people. So that's why we stick with what we know. We know people. So we stick with what we know. See, I'm not like that. See, I'm not like you. I go with truth. I go with truth. I'm not like that other stuff. I go with truth, even if truth make enemies. I'm good. At the end of the day, may Allah be pleased. And the Allah that I need to be pleased is the Allah in me. I'm good. Because if the Allah in me is pleased, the universal creator is pleased, I'm sure. So on April 20th, we are going to be digging into a lot of this type of information on April 20th. So if you look at the Moorish American flag, right? And you sit it next to, a Laudera flag, a Laudera fez. I mean, now you tell me the only difference is the color. So we are distributing our fez, the flamingredfez.com. That's right. I'm trying to get you on board. flamingredfez.com. I'm going to try to put the link in there because I just created the site and I still got some tweaks to do with it. But I want to get you popping. I'm going to get you on. You follow me? flamingredfez.com. And the reason why we call it flaming red fez, because it was reported that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was seen walking with a flaming red fez. Now here we go. Up jump the boogie. I'm going to give you 15 more minutes. Another thing that we're going to be talking about is Dr. Drew. Before there was a Dr. Sabi, there was a Dr. Drew. All right. Laura is not a Moorish website. No, it's a Masonic website. Before there was a Dr. Sabi, honor to brother Dr. Sabi, there was a Dr. Drew. And this is the stuff that is hidden from the public. This is the stuff that is hidden from the public. This is where Prophet Noble Drew Ali is teaching health instructions. Now, let's blow it up just a little bit so people can see it for real. When you look at the bottom, it says, the great mysterious instruction was first known by the natives of Egypt. Notice that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali writes right here, the natives of Egypt. You follow me? See, this is the stuff that's hidden. They don't want you to know this. When the prophet talks about the natives of Egypt, he's not talking about this pale Arab in Egypt. Pun intended. You follow me? It said these instructions were sold in India at the price of 35 rupees, which is equal to $150 in American coin. This is the first time these secrets have been made known in this country. These secrets are made known in the following chapters. Somebody, we need to find this book. Somebody hiding this book. I don't have the whole book. Somebody is hiding this book. You follow me? Family, what we're talking about is hijack and infiltration. We're talking about hijack and infiltration. Somebody is holding back. So, family, that's what this lecture is all about. That's what this lecture is all about. It's all about Moorish Science Temple of America, hijack and infiltrated. Follow me? So, everybody don't have to jump on board. However, the fact of the matter is that these lessons need to be known, because if we don't have these lessons, there is no way that we can reveal these lessons, nor are we personally able to practice these lessons. And so, as we give honor to a Dr. Sabi, somebody is concealing the true lessons of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Why? Family, they don't want you to know that a prophet was born amongst us, a real prophet, a real true indeed, a healer, a wise man, a statesman that covered all ends of the spectrum. Nobody wants you to know that. And anybody that has been around, anybody that's been around over 20 years, 30 years, in a leadership position that has not taken this information seriously, or to have it unfolded so the people can benefit, not worthy to be a leader. But that's between you and them. Get mad at me now, but thank me later. Get mad at me now, but thank me later. And this is the reason why I said the Moorish Science Temple of America, styled at the Noble Temple, we are moving on the Prophet's program unapologetically. We are not asking for permission. So I really don't encourage anybody to ask me, what authority do you have? If you ask me, sit down and have a conversation with me. Don't ask me on Facebook. Don't ask me on Twitter or IG. Come sit down and have a conversation with me. And I can show you better than I can tell you. Because we are going to demonstrate the teachings of the prophet Noble Dryly. Let's go to the next slide real quick. Now, I'm going to do one more in closing. Matter of fact, I don't know how live I went. So, family, if in fact, one second, if in fact that these are, this is sold by lauderers, right? This is sold by lauder. You follow me? Now, if this is sold by lauderer, the first thing we must ask ourselves, why is lauderer selling an adapt charm that says Allah? I mean, why? Well, obviously they bought the rights to something, because you can't sell something without buying the rights to it, or you manufacturing it and nobody is giving you checks and balances. This is where you also buy from lauderers that many people wear proudly. But now the question becomes, what did the prophet wear? And if it's true that the prophet wore this or this, then let's look into it. Why? Because this is very significant. And you might don't know right now why it's significant, but I'm telling you that it's very significant. And so, because I know it's very significant, I know that I must reveal why it's significant and what happened. Did the prophet wear this? And if he didn't wear it, why? And who wore it? And if he didn't wear it, where did it come from? If he didn't wear it, where did it come from? And why are we wearing it today if we say we following the prophet? Where did it come from? So brother said blue is for general members. Can you prove that? Can you prove that? Because that's an excuse. I'm telling you that that is false and I can prove it to be false. I'm telling you that it's false and I can prove it to be false. And on April the 20th, 2019, at the Shrine of the Black Madonna, I'm going to prove it to be false. This is very significant. It's something that's said in the Bible, right? In the Bible, it's a scripture in the Bible that says, do not remove the ancient landmarks. Do not remove the ancient landmarks. Now, if my brother Smith Bey and my brother Sadiq El Haq is presented to with this new information, will they be able to make the adjustment? Will they be able to make the adjustment? See, many of us was given reason and explanation to something, and we had nothing to compare it against. Well, today we have something to compare it against. So the question becomes, will we be able to make the adjustment as new information is revealed in this electrified age? Why is this so important? Again, as it says in the Bible, do not remove the ancient landmarks. Everything that the prophet put together is significant. It must not be changed. As the prophet said, I'm set up to go a certain way and I cannot change. It's the divine plan of the ages. It cannot be changed. And so, for example, this Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America is red, white, and blue. This is very significant. It's a reason the prophet made it that color. There is energy in this blue. There is energy in this red. And there's an energy in this white. And what I mean by that, don't get spooked out. What I mean by that is, when you go into places like, back in the day, prisons, insane asylums, and stuff like that, they used to make the colors of the wall kind of like a soft seeish bluish or a soft seeish greenish, because those colors gave off an energy that they say would calm people or would make the people feel calm. And that doesn't mean it worked with all people, but that just goes to show that the Europeans understand our science. You see? So, because the Europeans understand our science, they literally take our science and harness the energy of our colors. Now, how do we know that this is our colors? We know it's our colors because ancient Kemet existed before any European country or nation ever stepped foot on the ground or was put on the ground. So what I'm saying, as I said in the Guidance of the Nation class today, that these are the colors of ancient Kemet. Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt, and the Blue Nile. These are the colors. So the European has harnessed the energy of colors of thought. Because color, everything you see without starts within. And there's a power in thought. And so when you look at something, your mind begins to activate by what it sees or what it transfers from the visual into the mind. And so that's why this is very important not to be changed. He put it like this for a reason. You see, and as the prophet said in that article, the natives of Egypt made these colors significant by the science of the vibration of colors. Europeans understand that. So again, that's why Europeans will paint prisons certain colors. Go into any prison, any juvenile facility, they all gonna have some sort of tan, dollish color, some seaweed blue, or some seaweed green, because there's a power in it. And we give our power away because we don't understand the sciences. We don't understand the sciences, and we need to be retaught. And so there's a science in all of this stuff. You follow me? But the point that I'm making is, when we change the ancient landmark, we remove the power of the thought and the science behind the regalia. Because if the prophet wanted it a certain way, that's the way it should be. But if we can't show and prove or have explanation that serves to make the mind at ease, then we will go with what we've been told. We go with what we've been told because we can't explain it any other way. And so my job is to give you the information to compare it to. And many people not going to like it, but they're going to be all right. My job is to give you the information to compare it to. You follow me? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the information to compare it to. I'm going to give you the information to compare it to. When you look at the Prophet Noble Ali as being a healer, anybody know that science? Anybody know about that? Anybody know about this here? Health instructions. Where the rest of this at? Why is this hidden? The prophet never hid nothing from you, so why is somebody hiding it from us? Huh? Why? It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. Now, last but not least, the Prophet Noble Ali left his footprints clearly cut. And this is our authority, as written on the top. Now, within this document, or not the document per se, this is simply the article out of the Moorish Guide. This tells you everything about the Moorish Science Temple of America in this little document. And so, for things not being produced under the name of the Moorish Science Temple of America and leaders thereof, it's very clear that they don't understand this document. It's very clear. It's very, very clear. Now, that is not a shot at anybody. That is just to say that we must step up to the plate and produce. We must step up to the plate and produce. And we must do it unapologetically. We cannot wait for somebody to produce the Prophet's movement. Many people don't even know what the Prophet movement looked like. Many people in turbans and fezzes do not know what it looked like. Many people are not managers. The Prophet was a manager. He was an executive. Many people are not counselors. Many of us need counseling. The Prophet was a counselor. Many people are not judges, for they still believe that the Bible say, don't judge. When in fact the Bible say, judge not, lest ye be judged. For what measure ye use, it will be meted out to you. In other words, whatever you qualify when you make a judgment, that same qualification will be used when you are judged. You should have no problem with that anyway. You should just judge justly. That way you'll be judged justly. You see what I'm saying? And so, the Prophet was a judge. Many of these people need to be judged. They need to be examined. And when I say judged, I don't mean condemned. Those are two different things. Judgment calls allow you to make proper decisions in moving forward in life. I didn't say to convict and condemn. I say you should judge in order to make proper decisions. That way, you will know which way to go because you have weighed. You have weighed it. Well, yeah, they've been saying this, but this say that. They've been saying this, or I've seen this, but this goes against that. And in closing, the Prophet Noble Ali, and one of my favorite statements that the Prophet Noble Ali says that we are returning the church and Christianity back to the Europeans as it was founded by their forefathers for their earthly salvation. Many of us are unable to turn the church and Christianity back. And the church and Christianity is not a physical building. The church and Christianity is not a physical building. The church and Christianity is a philosophical way of life and a mentality. Let me show you what the church and Christianity is. In honor to my Christian brothers and sisters, because this is a judgment call, but it's not a condemnation. The church is like, now I know that this ain't right, but hey, praise the Lord. Now I know the Easter Bunny don't have nothing to do with my Lord and Savior, but I'm going to keep on pushing this down my child's throat. Why? I don't know. Maybe because they're just children and children just want to have fun. So I'm going to just keep shoving it down their throat. I know no big European is landing on my roof, for I live in the projects and don't even have the roof, but I'm going to keep shoving it down my child's throat. Because he's a child, she's a child. But the moment that your child comes back and lies to you, you got a problem. The moment that your child comes back and make up some fantastic story, you got a problem. Yet, you lie to them every year. So what am I saying about this state of mind? The state of mind is that I can overlook stuff that I can say that is insignificant, when in fact it's very significant. That you know in the church that they are lying. Whoever it is may be lying. This is hypothetical. That they are lying. That they've been telling you that Jesus is coming back for the last 2,000 years. And you ain't seen no evidence of Jesus yet. Maybe you don't know the characteristics of Jesus. And if he was right in front of your face, you wouldn't recognize him anyway. Maybe you haven't studied Jesus enough, and you don't know what Jesus looked like, that if he smacked you in your face, you wouldn't know the difference. You follow what I'm saying? So with that being said, because you don't know what Jesus looked like, you overlook it. You overlook it like, go ahead, lie to me. I take that. Go ahead, lie to me. Well, that the same thing happens in the Moorish Science Temple of America. Leaders lie, or leaders are misinformed, don't want to update the research, don't want to take it to the next level, and we just sit back and accept it. And that's the reason why a brother was online the other day and claimed that the Nation of Islam have done more than the Moorish Science Temple of America has done. That's why. Not because that's true, but because he has not seen the Moorish Science Temple of America produce anything in comparison as the Nation of Islam. And so that's his measuring stick. But until we say enough is enough, and we are ready to dedicate ourselves to a plan and the execution thereof, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Like, one of the main things that we should be doing, we should be asking our sheiks, we should be asking our leaders, what is our 6-month plan? We should be asking our sheik, we should be asking our leaders, what is our 12-month plan? What the prophet set up was a religious society. What the prophet set up is a religious society. Do we see any elements of a society? If the prophet set up a religious society, then it's time to ask the leaders. It's time to ask the leaders to show me the elements of this society. Y'all see Muhammad say, too many leaders in the Moorish science and the Nation of Islam has one leader that every minister under him must obey order and structure. Well, in fact, y'all seen That is incorrect. There is many factions of the Nation of Islam. Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, just happens to be the most popular one and has the most members, if you will. But you got Silas Muhammad. You got quite a few more, especially in Atlanta. My brother Eric Muhammad, shout out to him. But what you got to understand is that what Farrakhan represent is what I'm talking about. That Minister Louis Farrakhan put the Nation of Islam on his back in the 70s and the 80s. And he did it unapologetically. And until a Moorish American stopped asking to be validated by a piece of paper, until Moorish Americans stopped asking to be validated by a piece of paper and people who have done no good for the society and the religious corporation, before we get anywhere, that process got to be done with. And we got to just step and do the work. And if you know how the prophet moved, then you recognize someone who's moving like the prophet, and you join and move with them. And you join and move with them because you know that the spirit of the prophet is going to be the thing that brings the success. But if you are a part of something and you know without a doubt a contradiction, when you compare it to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, that it doesn't line up and you stick with it, you become a part of the problem. This is not taking no shot at anybody. I'm just telling you the facts for what it is. When you know that it doesn't match up, but you still stick with it, as opposed to examining, man, there's so many Moorish groups out here, so many Moorish Americans out here, that whoever is able to bring us up out of this condition, then we supposed to move with them. And when the prophet said the new Moors gonna come in and sit you old Moors in the back, that don't mean that somebody's gonna come grab some old Moor's hand. That means somebody is gonna step up bold enough to outwork this yesterday nonsense. That's what's gonna happen. And you don't have to like it, but that's just what's gonna happen. And so, in Atlanta, family, I'm going to be demonstrating the Moorish Science Temple of America, hijacked and infiltrated. If you are in the ATL, Saturday, doors open 4:30, lectures start at 5. I hope to see you in the building. I won't be taking any questions. And like I said, when you come and you register, you leave your email, and all the slides that I have, you will have. I have plenty more. The little that I showed you tonight, I have some additions to this that I'll be speaking on. This segment right here that I'll be speaking on. You're going to be surprised about, maybe. But this segment right here, you definitely are going to be surprised about, without a doubt, as I break down Dr. Drew, our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You definitely will appreciate that. And like I said, all of these files you will have for yourself. Because one thing about me, I promise myself this, that whenever I teach a lesson, I want you to be able to take it back home with you. And I want you to be able to go over it until you get tired. Because I want you to have the truth and the divine truth. So with that, family, I'm going to close on that note. Hope I see you in the ATL. I'm going to be live all this week to make sure the word get out that I'll be in the ATL. And last but not least, I will be at the Moorish Science Temple of America, temple number 33. Hold up. Let me give y'all that address real quick. Moorish Science Temple of America. Man, listen, who like the gospel of the Moorish Science Temple of America? You know what I mean? Listen, we have gotten away from our holy day experience. You know, it's like we, man, I gotta keep it 100. Man, we if you go to some holy days, it would kind of encourage you to not to be encouraged. Holy day is supposed to get you ready to face the world. Holy day is supposed to inspire you. Holy day is supposed to fill you up. Holy day is supposed to be that day where you forget about everything and you become inspired, uplifted, recharged. If you're not experiencing that in your holy day, then there ain't nothing holy about that day. You understand what I'm saying? If you're not experiencing that in your holy day, then there is nothing holy about that day. I'm trying to tell you. You know, again, I'm saying it unapologetically. You know, family, it's time for us to step it up. If you are head of a temple under whatever body you are head of, you should be stepping it up so that people can have an experience that they will never forget. Every Friday should be experience that they will never forget. Real talk. If you haven't given the people experience that they will never forget on a Friday, then it's time to go back to the drawing board and figure out how you are able to do that. It's time to do that. You know what I mean? Your style is your style. My style is my style. It is what it is. But whatever style you have, you know, when you read the minutes of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you actually reading an experience. The Moors was having an experience. And I read the minutes front and back of certain meetings, and they were having an experience. Most times, family, we need to know that holy day shouldn't be equivalent to going to a funeral. Follow what I'm saying? It should not be equivalent to be going to a funeral. And I've experienced that quite a few times. You know what I mean? So, family, if you're in the ATL, come experience Holy Day with us on that Friday. Doors open at 7 o'clock. Come experience some Holy Day with us. Get your spirit charged up. You see, because in order to face this world, let me say this. Let me say this. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, and I concur, that the holy breath makes the resurrection possible. All right, y'all with me? Prophet Noble Drew Ali says that the holy breath makes the resurrection possible. Let me see if I can find I want to read it to you. Don't go nowhere. Give me a minute, family. I'm going to get you right. If the holy breath, I'm going to give y'all a degree. Let me give my demonstration right. I think my son took my Quran. He sure did. He sure did. I know he did. Yeah, he did. So, if the holy breath makes the resurrection possible, what is the holy breath? The holy breath, according to the questionnaire. Question number 50. What other name do we give to truth? Holy breath. The truth is the only thing that's going to wake you up. So if you got a watered down version of truth and you wonder why you're not motivated, if you're not motivated, it might mean you haven't resurrected. Many of us are half asleep or half woke. The holy breath makes it possible for you to be inspired. Many of us are inspired when we hear the truth, but the moment that the truth is not being revealed, the inspiration gone. And that's why the Prophet Noble Ali say, you are a priest unto yourself. Meaning that you got to administer to yourself this truth so you can stay inspired, so you can stay unfolding God man, God woman. You must administer this, but you must be taught how to connect into that sacred space of mind so you can continue to unfold into the God that you are. See, this is that teaching that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought to the people. This is that teaching that was hijacked. This is that teaching that was hid. They don't want you to know that you God. And when I say God, I'm talking about the microcosmic, not the macro, the God within that unfolds to make you the God person. There's a universal creator without. There's a universal creator within. And I'm never going to stop teaching that. I'm never going to stop teaching that. I don't care how many people get scared. The first time I taught that on Facebook, man, I got all types of elder Moorish American calling me crazy. Talking about I'm committing shirk. Well, we're going shirt on. We're going to put the shirt on and put the shirt off and put the shirt back on. Because I know that in the Holy Quran, it says that Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein. And I know my jugular vein is under my skin. And so if Allah is closer to me than the jugular vein that's underneath my skin, that means Allah is in me. But Allah is so omnipotent that Allah is around me. And the only way, and I say this, family, you know I get on the podium, the only way that you are going to understand the God without is you must tap into the God within. For if you don't understand the God within, there's no way you can even acknowledge the God without. If you cannot tap into that God within, you will never know what the God without look like. For on the walls, it always taught, know thyself. Know thyself. Prophet Noble Drew Ali tells you, know thyself in Allah. And in short, if you know yourself, you know Allah. If you know you, you know God. Because God is you and you is God. But you must keep it in perspective. I'm going to keep teaching it. I'm going to keep teaching it. I'm going to keep teaching it. But we must keep it in perspective. When we say we are gods, we're saying that that's the level that we are going to reach. That's the measure that we strive for. The only way you can reach a certain level, you must understand and acknowledge that it exists. If you don't understand and acknowledge that it exists, there's no way you can reach it. So as I always say when I teach this lesson, I'm going to give a disclaimer. There's no way in the world that you should be running around looking people, I'm God, I'm God, I'm God. when you can't even feed yourself? I'm God, I'm God, I'm God. You can't even take a poop without using the city water, the county water. You don't have no infrastructure. But that's a part of shaping your environment. Being the Lord. And we need to know how to get there. We need to know how to get there. But before we can get there, we must know that there exists. We must know that it exists. That unfolding into God in the flesh exists. That's what many groups don't want you to know. Many Moorish American groups don't want you to know that. They would tell you that's an adapt. That's adapt. They would tell you that is adapt. But let me tell you what my prophet told me. Pretty soon, we will have Qurans of the Moorish Science Temple of America ready for the public. He said this in 1927. I got all that information from here. I got all that information from here. And Yassine Muhammad, you already know, brother. Anybody that know Tahaka Bay, they know I pat the pavement, brother. So we ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing other than that. You know what I'm saying? Yassine, we ain't doing nothing other than that. Anybody know me? They know how I get down. You know. You'll see. Pay attention to me on Facebook. But with that, family, I got to get me some rest because I got a lot of work to do tomorrow as I prepare to come to Atlanta. And I hope I see you in the building for Holy Day. That would be nice if I could catch you in the building and press your hand. You know what I mean? For Holy Day on Friday, April the 19th. And then on the 20th, if you're able to make it, come on out to the Shrine of the Black Madonna, 946 Ralph David at Bethany Boulevard, Atlanta, Georgia. Doors open at 4:30. And this run, doors open at 7 p.m. on Friday. I'll be delighted to see you, to press your hand, take a few pictures, and chop it up. Break down some God degrees. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So with that, family, peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. I've been taking off a little while from Facebook because I've been working hard, preparing for Atlanta. But all this week until I go, I will be trying to touch bases with you and give you some updates. With that being said, peace and love, family. Thank you. And I'll be back at you real soon. Islam.